Hi, Pisces. I am here tonight to talk to you about manifesting. And I want to talk to you about manifesting through rose colored glasses. I got a download, and I think this is going to be really helpful. So, a lot of us have had, a lot of us have been through, a lot of you have been through the Three of Swords, the Ten of Swords, um, all the way to get yourself to, the King of Wands, King of Swords, to get a lot of you have been through all the swords and through a lot of the energies in this tarot deck. And we talk a lot about how you've had to remove the rose colored glasses, right? That all the nostalgia and the Six of Cups, right? And all the memories about how you interpret the energies of others. So many times you see people through rose colored glasses. You see them as the best version of themselves. You see the high, even though they may be acting low vibrational, they may be exuding the low vibrational energy, but you can see past that and see the high vibration, right? And so a lot of times you get told that you're seeing things in rose colored glasses, right? And then you have to go to her you have to hermit, right? Because you gave too much during that time. And so I would like to challenge that it's not seeing things, that when you were seeing things, you have a lot of things that you manifested in your life. Let's just put it that way, right? And why did you manifest those things? You manifested those things because of your rose colored glasses. You because we say all the time, right? That it's what the energy you put out is what you get back. You have to be mindful of what you think, right? Because what you think is the energy you put out, and the energy you put out is what you get back. So if we are constantly thinking that people are going to attack us and that people are low vibrational, right? That low vibrational energy will somehow find us. And the reason why, maybe a lot of you don't even know why you don't even know how you manifested the things that you manifested, because you had a lot of trials and tribulations, but you couldn't understand. You didn't understand the energies, right? You didn't understand how to manage those energies. You didn't understand how to manage your rose colored glasses. Just because you see someone's high vibrational energy doesn't mean you have to allow them in their low vibrational energy into your energy to disrupt you. And that's the mistake a lot of you have made in the past. That's the mistake you were making. So you didn't understand why maybe you would, just like you saw people through rose colored glasses, you see a lot of things through rose colored glasses in that high vibrational energy. So you're always thinking positive. You're always on the positive. You're always in that positive energy, in that high vibrational energy, until someone does you wrong, right? And then that drops your energy low because now you've allowed them in your energy. But do you understand that your rose colored glasses, that energy, I look at it as that fool's energy, right? That you, after you've done the healing and gone through, and you start to balance, as your energy becomes balanced, that's why it's so important to get back into your childlike energy, because those rose colored glasses are the glasses that help. It's through that lens that if you look back, if you stop and think, if you look and look back through your life, you're going to see a lot of things that you manifested that came in because of those rose colored glasses. Now it was hard to hang on to them, to those things, because you had not yet mastered the art of managing your energy to allow and to realize, to know when to not allow, how to, when, not when, but how to not allow other people to mirror that negative, throw that or negative energy at you, not to project their negative energy onto you. Because when it's basically dumping, when people are projecting that negative energy onto you, they come, they dump that energy, they take your positive energy, and they leave, right? And then you're left having to clean up that energy. And while you're cleaning up that negative energy, that time that it takes you, whether it's days, months, years, depending on how bad the situation was, you have issues manifesting because you've been you were hurt, you were ashamed, you were, all these things that you've had to work through. And so now it's okay to at times have the rose colored glasses about life, right? To see the positive about life, because as you see the positive, you see the negative, but you can focus more on the positive, even though you know the negative is there and you know how to manage that energy and not to let it seep into your own energy. I hope I'm making sense. Because we keep saying to Pisces to go back. I keep hearing this through a lot of readers out there talking about, get back into your energy, get back into that childlike energy, get back into that childlike energy. Well, part of being in that childlike energy is seeing things through rose colored glasses, because when you're a kid, you don't know any different, right? You don't know what's good and what's bad. But the difference is, this time around, you know what's well, I don't know if I want to call it good or bad, but you know what's positive, and you know what's high vibrational and what's low vibrational. You know when someone's coming at you with low vibration, and you know how to manage it. You know how to tweak your energy to match that energy if you need to. But even though you can, your original state is being in a high vibrational, your natural Pisces energy, right? But being able to maneuver between energies as you need to. If you need to be in a Queen of Pentacles energy, if you need to be in a King of Swords energy, if you need to be in the Queen of Cups energy, you can do that, right? But that doesn't take away your playfulness, and that doesn't take away you being able to create your bubble where you decide that you're going to put the rose colored glasses and you don't care what anybody else is saying about what's happening outside of you, especially today when things are happening and the news is on and everything is, everything is doom and gloom, right? You have to find a way. And when I felt called to come share with you that if you realize that that this has always been your power of, this is where you have always been able to manifest. This is why your powers are so that's why you're so powerful, because you're one of the few signs that does see things through that always saw things through rose colored glasses. But somewhere along the line you got hurt, and then you got told that no, like you know what, it's too much. You see things, but when you understand that this is part of how you manifest, that you cannot manifest without being high vibrational, without kind of seeing things in a sense through rose colored glasses, you take away your own ability to manifest. If you sit in the King of Swords energy all day long, every day for the next year, Pisces, you might manifest some things, but you're going to lose on some things. You might lose some things that are meant to be on your path. right? We can manifest with the sword. We can scare people into, with our words, into doing what we want them to do, right? Because they're scared, not because they want to. And the reason why at this point you're not finding yourself with any of these energies in that reversed position is because you're balanced. So it's time to start playing again, right? I'm not saying go jump all in and just put the rose colored glasses on and forget the lessons. No, take the lessons with you. All the lessons that you learned, that you went through, that you don't want to go through again, that you're not planning, that you don't need to go through again. But then kind of play around with putting on the rose colored glasses while taking those lessons with you. You will expedite your manifestation abilities. And anyone can do this, right? But I think other energies and maybe some other signs, right? Any sign can do this. It's not just Pisces. But the issue becomes that seeing things through rose-colored glasses has been your natural ability. You've always had that ability. It's not something that other people do. And you may have heard people tell you, like, you always see, even when you were little, you always see things. You always, you think people are, you think everyone's good, right? You think everyone's good. And so for someone else, someone that's saying that to you has a harder time seeing that good side in people. All right? So they are stuck on the other side of the spectrum where they maybe don't see anyone as good, right? And so that leads to missed opportunities in itself because that energy is also not balanced. Guys, I hope I'm making sense. I hope I'm making sense. Well, I'm just gonna get into these cards, and as we see here, right? You're manifesting your 10 of cups. You have a lot of energies, choices, um, decisions to make, right? You're at a crossroads right now. And it says here, I love this card because this Two of Cups here it specifically um, says to balance attraction, partnership, harmony, mirth, equality, balance, connections. And then it says, open your heart and receive love from others. So this is you. This is that balanced energy, like I said, that I feel that you guys have come into. But now it's time to test the waters, right? You're bringing in that 10 of cups. You're bringing in, give me a second, my screen shut off. I hope the camera's still on. I don't know. Let me see. Bear with me. Oh, it's still on. Okay. I couldn't tell. So, you are, you, this, and you are in this beautiful energy of the, and I don't know why. Usually it's the Queen of Wands we say is beautiful, but I feel like this King of Wands, right? As the King of Wands, you're in this leadership energy right now. And so a lot of times we think leaders aren't supposed to see. Leaders are they're supposed to catch all the bad things. But as a leader, you're supposed to catch the good things too. So it's okay. It's really okay to see the positive. It's really okay to put those rose-colored glasses until someone comes out with that energy that you've been through before in another lesson, and then you go, "Oh, not you. Not you today." I like, what's her name, Brittany. She always says, "Not today, Satan." Not you. And with doing that, I feel like this is you again, Pisces. Like, everything you've planned is going to work out. You're having a heart opening again. And this is really important in manifesting. Like I said, that childlike energy that I feel like that you need to be in. Let's see what else Spirit has for you. This is going to be a short tarot message. It was mostly the message of, I was really feeling the need to, the Seven of Pentacles again. That was out. That was at the bottom of the deck earlier, and it fell out. Your perseverance is paying off. You don't quit, Pisces. You don't quit. And so part of not quitting, again, I'm going to say it, is not quitting your own energy, stepping back in to that energy. Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck. You can always pull out. You can always pull out the Queen of Swords energy if you need to. You know how to do that now. This is an art. Not everybody can toggle between the energies like that. And that's why you're surprising. Look at the World and the Devil in reverse at the bottom of the deck. That's what you're being asked to release that. Because it's all coming together. You need that. This is part of the energy, because I feel like you've adopted this sense of being that says that you can't, that person's not good. That person, and I know you can see that. You have the ability to you have sight, you have the gifts, the gift of sight. But sometimes if your heart is closed off, even that gift of sight gets more difficult. But when you're open, right, it's easier to be in that high vibration and still see the high vibration that someone else has, but hold them at a distance, right? Give yourself space and still listen to your inner voice when you're making a decision about the person. Two of Swords. Every time we meet someone, every time we're going to do something, it's a decision, right? But when you purposefully stay high vibrational and still believe the best thing, just because you believe the best thing doesn't mean they have to project the best thing, right? And when they don't, you pull out that Queen of Swords energy. But you release yourself. You're releasing yourself from that bondage so that you can end this cycle. This cycle is over. And you've learned a lesson. The World here. And the Queen of Swords was at the bottom of the deck earlier. Maybe you're meant to speak your truth somewhere with the World here. Because this is the end of a cycle, but this is also like, um, kind of worldly sharing your gifts with the world. Sharing what you're getting with the world, sharing your downloads somehow with the world, educating others. See, the Magician is at the bottom of the deck, the Fool, the Star, look at this. Look at that. Let me think for a minute. See, and I didn't feel it in the upside down. Actually, these cards all, I'm just looking at them, and like these cards all came out upside down because some of you, right, by not releasing this energy, this is what you manifest exactly. You don't manifest a new journey. You miss you get disappointed. You, it's like what you're saying, those things you're saying to yourself, it's like you're putting, like, by not using that gift of your rose colored glasses, it's like you putting magic spells on yourself. If that's possible. We don't think that we do that, but we do that with our thoughts, we do that with our words, right? And so by this release, which I'm glad the devil is in reverse, that's why I didn't see this, but I see that there's a decision. You have to make the decision to tap back into that magic. Tap back, and part of your magic was your rose colored glasses. I'm telling you. Some way, somehow. I'm not saying to go in and let somebody walk all over you and pretend like it's not happening. No. I'm not talking about making excuses for people. I'm just talking about going ahead and seeing things again in the highest vibrational way. Not lying to yourself. There's a difference, right? Because if I see a glass half empty, right? If I see a glass half full, it's not a lie. Neither one is a lie, but which one is high vibrational? Because if I see it as half full, I can see it like, okay, I'm good. I have half a glass, right? But if I tell myself that it's half empty, that word empty in itself makes me feel empty, right? But if I say half full, I feel full. I feel like, okay, I can go out and I can continue to do this. I can continue to fill it up. But if I'm going in reverse, things turn around and I manifest the other way. So it's kind of like you right now is a very sensitive time for you. And if you can just sit in your own energy and meditate and think about how you used to look at people, right? That childlike energy I've been talking about. You manifest all of your dreams. Look at this. Look at the magic that you've brought in the past. And here's the thing, that childlike energy that you had in the past, those rose-colored glasses, even though people made fun of you for having those rose-colored glasses, that's what drew people to you. That's what attracted people to you. Yes, you're beautiful. Yes, you're a leader. But being in your natural element is what attracted people to you. Yes, it's what made people think you were a fool. It's what made people think you were naive, right? But you need to understand that you're no longer naive, right? So you can put on your jumpsuit and just be a kid again. Go to Chuck E. Cheese where kids can be kids. Where a kid can be a kid again. Oh, you guys remember that commercial? Yeah. I just, and I see it here. I see it I see it clearly. Look, the sun, the Ace of Pentacles. Like, what else? What else? This is you. This is, if any of you had any doubt, if you were thinking, if you wondered, because I know that there's a lot of negative connotation put on that having rose colored glasses. But just like you know how to use your sword, you know how to use your rose colored glasses to manifest. That has been your power all along. Drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you think about that. I just want to know if there's anyone out there, any other Pisces out there who are with me, who feel this energy. If this is, if this resonated with you, drop a heart in a comment and let me know, because I'm a Pisces and this message really resonated with me tonight and I wanted to come share. So let me just pull a an angel card. We're not gonna pull a soul's truth tonight because I'm just gonna end this. It's late. And it's ironic that sometimes the devil is something like that we're doing, right? It's sometimes the devil energy is not someone else. It's something that we're doing, or something that some type of tactic that we've used to protect ourselves, right? And taking off the rose colored glasses has been one of them, hasn't it? When you realize that it's part of your magic, right? You got to go pick them up. You got to take them along with you on this ride. Acknowledge God's truth, and you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. That's it. I don't know. Let me know if that's your truth. All right, Pisces. Thank you for joining me. Have a good night and keep weaving that dream. I'll see you in the next one.